Hello. Today I'd like to talk about worry. I think everybody does it one time or another, and maybe some do it all the time. That can be a problem. But first, let's just think about why we worry in the first place. Are there any good reasons for worrying? I can think of a few. If we're concerned about, say, our kids or someone else that we love dearly that might be in a precarious situation, or we're just not sure if they'll make the right choices, we might worry on their behalf, and that perhaps can be a trigger to gently approach them and discuss ways to avoid the problem that we're anticipating. So I guess that's an example of healthy worry. It's always smart, I think, to be prudent. Certainly, risk is a part of living, but if we take the wrong kinds of risks, we can get into pretty deep trouble or hurt ourselves or others pretty badly. So, anticipating those kinds of problems, I suppose, is a way of worrying about them. If we do something wrong and we're afraid we're going to get caught, I suppose we worry about that too. So, maybe the best approach to that situation is to avoid getting in trouble in the first place. And if we do, thinking very seriously about fessing up and resolving the issue rather than hoping we can somehow get away with it. That kind of worry really drifts into matters of conscience and guilt, which can really be very toxic if it gets extreme. There's another kind of worry, and that is just the worry of control or lack of it. Everything that is uncertain in our lives becomes, under this scenario, grounds for being worried. It's not a great way to live. And it's in this context that I talk about the dividend for worry, and there really isn't one. All it does is make us miserable, give us the false impression that by somehow investing these negative feelings into a situation, we're going to be redeemed somehow. And really, I don't see how that ever happens. All it does is use up energy, change our attitude from a positive to a negative one, and sometimes embitter us. This is particularly true if we're borderline in our faith journey. It's possible that if we're worrying all the time, we're really demonstrating our lack of confidence in God to be our partner in helping us out. Are there good reasons to worry? Everybody thinks theirs is a good reason. You can see my eye hasn't gotten any better. This is because I have a very serious health condition that I'm getting treatment for right now, and I'm hopeful that that treatment's going to help me, but I don't know that for sure. When I first found out that this was a serious matter, I was extremely worried about it. It was hard for me to sleep. I was bringing it up in my mind all the time and too frequently to other people, including Anne, my dear wife, causing her, I'm sure, to worry more than she already was. Worry is contagious under circumstances like that. What's helped me relieve the worry, and still, believe me, I haven't overcome this 100%, not even close, but reestablishing my contact and my trust in God has, in fact, made a difference, a big difference. It allows me to sleep. It allows me to smile and have fun again. So worry can, and I think, at least in my life, and I believe very likely in yours too, is indelibly linked to our relationship and our trust in God. Whether or not you are actively religious or casually religious, think about how your relationship with God, formal or informal, can make a difference in the way you worry or whether you worry at all. There is such a thing as sharing a burden with others, and that includes people on this earth, and that can relieve our worry. Find trusted individuals to share your concerns with, people that you know won't make fun of you or take your concerns lightly. Talk it out, think it out, and then establish both logically and subjectively and spiritually if there is a need to worry and what we can do instead to deal with those things that bother us rather than simply obsess on them in such a negative way. Regardless of whether we're healthy or facing challenges, life is too short to be spoiled by needless worry. And we all have it within our power and collectively to minimize that risk and do something about it by thinking about what's most important in our lives, the blessings in our lives, and what we can do to minimize the risks that we're so concerned about. Let's try that. It's my wish for you today that you and I can avoid needless worry. Thanks.